Hey YouTube, what the fudge is up? It's your boy Alex, aka OVO Alex. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new around here. In today's video, I'm bringing you a brand new iPhone repair video. In today's video, we'll be taking the step-by-steps on how to replace the display assembly on an iPhone 7 Plus. I know I mentioned in the past I'm working with a company called SquareTrade. SquareTrade is a company who sells insurance and offers on-site repairs for customers. So if you break your phone, we come to you and we fix it. I know how many of you guys in the past have broken your phones and not know what to do and be stressed about it. Well, in today's video, I teach you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the display assembly on an iPhone 7 Plus. Please like this video if you enjoy it. Comment if you have any questions about the repair or how to get the parts. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching. For this repair, you're going to need a spudger, suction handle, angle tweezers, opening tool, opening pick, and the following screwdrivers: Phillips 000s, tri-point, Y 000s, or pentalobe iPhone screwdriver. The first step into completing this repair is to perform a functional test of your device. This includes, but not limited, your buttons, your speakers, your cameras, your Touch ID, and your digitizer. This will allow you to understand if there's any issues prior to your repair or you may have costs during your repair. Now let's start with the take-up part. Remove both security pentalobe screws from the bottom of the iPhone. It is now time to apply the suction cups into the phone. I would recommend getting one of these, I'll link them down below. Or if you have a normal suction cups, just make sure you hold the phone firmly from the edges in order to open a gap in between the display and the phone. Once the gap has been opened, slide your toothpick or your spudge through the phone to rip up through the adhesive. Be careful to not rip the cables from the display that are on the right side on the phone, that they are so easy to rip just like paper. It is now time to remove 3 Y 000 screws from the battery and display cables to the bottom right of the phone. Make sure to have a screw bin or a screw memory mat, as it is very important to screw back the screws in its order to not damage the phone. And now we remove the display and battery connectors cowling. This is very important. Make sure to disconnect the battery immediately to prevent any electrostatic discharge from your body to the phone. Now we are going to remove 3 Y 000 screws from the cowling on the top right of the phone that connects the camera and receiver connectors of your phone. Remove the top cowling that connects the receiver and FaceTime camera cable. You can now unplug all cables and remove the display from the enclosure. It is now time to transfer some components from your old display into the new display. Start by removing 5 Phillips 000 screws from the top of the display that connects the FaceTime camera, FaceTime microphone, ambient light sensor, and proximity sensor. Be careful when removing the flex connector, as this flex connector is super fragile and it could rip just like paper. It is now time to remove the Touch ID from the old display. We're going to start by removing the 4 Y000 screws from the bottom of the cowling of the Touch ID / home button flex connector. Once again, I enforce it is important to remember the order of your screws. Notice how here I remember and reorganize my screws. This is very crucial so you don't damage the phone. We are now going to disconnect the home button / Touch ID flex connector that connects to the digitizer. This is very important to transfer your old Touch ID if you want to keep Touch ID functionalities. We are now going to start with the reassemble process, starting with the FaceTime camera, receiver, FaceTime microphone, ambient light sensor, and proximity sensor at the top. Realign these cables, make sure not to damage them during the reassemble process. After successfully transferring the top assembly of the receiver / FaceTime camera, we are now going to connect back the Touch ID / home button flex connector. Be very careful not ripping this cable. If you are reapplying adhesive, make sure you remove any residue from the old adhesive in order for the new adhesive to apply properly. This is an IP68 adhesive that makes your phone water resistant. Remember, this is not waterproof, so this will protect your phone from any liquid contact, minor contact. Now that we have reapplied the adhesive, we're going to place the display back and connect the connectors of the display and reconnect the cowling with the 3 Y000 screws in the same order you remove them. Now that you're done with the bottom cowling, we're going to move to the top cowling and rescrew the 3 Y000 screws from the top cowling, connecting the front facing camera, receiver, ambient light sensor, and front microphone connector. At this point, you're pretty much done with the repair. I like to turn on the phone just to test the digitizer to make sure that all cables were seated properly. Last step, apply pressure in the 4 corners to reseat the adhesive, and you're done.